thing about the meeting is they really didn't ask me to change the tone. I think they want to see victory because ultimately it is about we want to win and we want to win together.
Wonderful time in the meeting. We made a lot of progress. It's not the last one.
That's Donald Trump with one of the black pastors he met with at the Trump Tower today. The Trump campaign originally said 100 of those pastors would attend and they'd give him a thunderous endorsement, but the meeting kept getting smaller and smaller. Press conference that was supposed to happen was canceled and the endorsement nixed. Now, Trump's campaign is, of course, giving it a positive spin, saying the event was a fantastic, unequivocal success here. Richard, this was the first blip where he was promising to deliver something that didn't happen, forgetting the, I guess, going back to the birthing date of his. But at least in this window as a candidate, how much did this hurt him, if at all?
Well, there also was the delivery of making Mexico pay for a wall, too, and, you know, a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh, the checks in the mail.
Yeah. So, anyway, look, I don't think it hurt him at all. You got to understand who he's targeting. This is a Republican primary. These are mainly white male voters, conservative. And what he did was meet with evangelicals. These are folks who tend to be conservative, evangelical pastors tend to be conservative, support conservative views. And all he did was say, I'm meeting with black pastors who were evangelical. And I think it's a smart strategy move on his part. I think in terms of the evangelical pastors, look, Trump is, by all accounts, a leader, right? He has a following. If you want to define leader by a following of people who like what he's saying, if you look at the polls, people like his leadership abilities. You should meet with him, exchange viewpoints, and walk away from the meeting and say, I've talked to him, and take it back to your community and say, this is what I think. You should meet with every Republican candidate that you can.
All right.
And Democrat.
Today,
well, there's only one.
Today, Chris Christie gets an endorsement. I don't know how much endorsements still matter anymore, but it is of the paper of record in New Hampshire. They did qualify it by saying they were only going to endorse the governor. Nonetheless, he got the endorsement. Do you see a pathway that after the Trump and the Carsons that it actually could come back to Christie?
I've always said that women will not ultimately vote for Christie. He's too much of a bully. I think that many mainstream Republican women who vote in a primary, while they like his so-called authenticity, I think they will be turned off by his character and personality and his, what you described earlier, you know, his very political calculations. Yeah. Trump hasn't been hurt by any of the things that I think have been very offensive before. I don't know that he'll be hurt by this. I think the vast majority of African Americans, whether they're evangelical or not, are going to say Hillary Clinton is a much better person for our interests and our views. And in the end, she will deliver that vote.
And Brad, I have 10 seconds left. How important was that Jet victory yesterday?
Well, look, I watched the Giant game because I'm a big Giant fan, and that was so depressing.
Well, next
to watch
weekend,
them come out of a bye week like that was just killing me.
Gang Green and Big Blue will be matching up, and hopefully it will still matter.
That's
all right.
The real Super Bowl.
This is true. Gentlemen, Assemblywoman, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Everybody stay with us.